This is the beginning of my thwarted expectation around bread. The myth is still living on throughout England's green and pleasant land.
There's wheat germ in that loaf, he'd say. Get it inside you, boy, and you'll be going up that hill as fast as you come down.
Well, this still has many times more wheat germ than ordinary bread. It's as good for you today as it's always been.
I wanted to make a film about how far we've come from our ancestors' bread to the bread we make now. This is what's going on today. This is the bread of our ancestors. Hi, today's the day we're going to mill the flour with the einkorn grain. So basically the ingredients for simple, clean bread is the sourdough starter, which we make the leaven from, which is here. And this has now gone all fizzy. So this is like the natural yeast. It tastes really, really sour and it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is the natural starter, which is going to go into the flour. This is the einkorn grain here, very, very simple. This is salt, which we're going to use. It must be Celtic sea salt. It has an extraordinary provenance. It's an amazing quality salt. And then the water, it's not just tap water, it's filtered water and revitalised using a system called grander water revitalisation. So we're now going to come and we're going to mill the flour. So if you want to come into my office. So, this is the mill. It's made in Salzburg. It's a handmade granite mill. Granite is really important. Carborundum stone is not healthy apparently, but there's 2 granite blocks in there and 1 spins. It's going to get very noisy in a minute. This is the grain, the einkorn grain, and it goes into here, into this little auger here. So here we go. This is warm to the touch. It's warm, hasn't had a time to oxidise. So let's go back into the kitchen. Okay, so here we are. Literally, we've milled the flour, the wheat berries into the flour. It's still warm and hasn't oxidised yet. And we are literally going to put the water in. That's 690 exactly. How about that? Then we put the salt in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we stir it around with this solution, and then we take the leaven, the sourdough starter, which has been fermenting. I mix this up here. This is for 2 loaves, 1,152 grams of fresh einkorn flour. Okay, so now this is the end of the second loaf. I hope you've enjoyed the bread journey in this spontaneous bread baking event. Second loaf. So 2 loaves. So in order to be able to sell bread in England, bakers are obliged by law to put additives in their bread. Now the real bread community don't acknowledge this as real bread for that reason, whereas a natural sourdough leaven like this einkorn bread is considered to be real bread. It's the bread of our ancestors. It doesn't have any other additives in it apart from water, salt and the natural sourdough leaven.